Here in Derbyshire, we're dedicated to building a strong community of support for people on their recovery journey from drug and alcohol dependency. At the heart of this work is the growing Recovery in Derbyshire Steering Group, sometimes referred to as the GRID Steering Group. This isn't just a simple meeting, it's a powerful collaboration. The steering group brings together a diverse team of dedicated people from across the county. We have core members from the Derbyshire Recovery Partnership and from Derbyshire County Council, who provide consistent input, guidance and direction. They are joined by representatives from a wide variety of recovery support projects and other experts from our public health sector. Together, they pool their knowledge and experience to shape the future of recovery services in Derbyshire. What makes this group so effective is its open door policy. Whilst a core team ensures continuity, we also invite appropriate guests to join us. These guests, including those with lived experience, provide the steering group with a first-hand look at the work being done, helping to bring a wider and deeper understanding and support network for everyone involved in the Derbyshire recovery community. It's this spirit of partnership, shared commitment and knowledge that makes the steering group an important influence, ensuring our services can be as effective and compassionate as possible. Let's take a listen to what some of the current members of the steering group have to say.
The steering group should kind of oversee everything and should be able to make sure that all needs are being met. We all know that recovery is not a linear journey. It's messy, it's wobbly, and what saves one person's life might not help another person. So the idea of a steering group is to make sure that there is a bit of something on offer across all services and making sure that everyone's needs, like I said, are being met. It's so important. It's one of the most important things we have to do. We all need to make sure that trauma informed. We all need to make sure that we know what we're doing and we are giving the best possible service. And by talking to people about that, it makes sure that we do it. So it's almost like a form of supervision for me. It is where I can relay how I'm doing things and see other perspectives on it.
So we know essentially that when you're in recovery, especially first kind of into recovery, it can be really hard to articulate some of your thoughts, feelings. You might not know exactly what you want at that point. We're in that with people. We're in it ourselves in our situation, and it's about being able to advocate for those individuals, to be able to sit down and have those really kind of safe conversations with them, take what comes out of those, and then take them higher up to say, this is the knowledge that we've gained from these sessions that we run, from being part of the recovery community, our recovery community, and then a place to put that into action, really.
I think the key things for me for a steering group is ultimately the people around the table, whether that's physically or virtually, are there for the right reasons. I think it needs to be built up of people that are fundamentally passionate about working and supporting people that are in addiction and in recovery. I think it needs to be an ever-evolving group of people to make sure that we've got the right people having that influence, having that input, that we're there for the right reasons, and that we hold each other to account. If we say we're going to do something as a team of services, say from a treatment perspective, if I'm committing to something that we're going to do in treatment, I expect to be held to account by other people within that steering group, and I too will hold people to account. I think we need to be continually reviewing where we're at, making sure we're ahead of our game, we're the best that we can be. But ultimately, we are all working to meet the needs of the people that we are here to support, having their best interests at heart and making sure we are fundamentally keeping them at the forefront of what we're trying to achieve here with this steering group.
I think for me, there are probably three ingredients to an effective steering group. One is that shared experience, making sure that you've got complete representation from all of the areas that are servicing people who are recovering from addiction in Derbyshire. So the recovery projects with that essential lived experience alongside personnel, key personnel from Derbyshire Recovery Partnership and of course Derbyshire County Council. So pulling that experience together to reflect what people in Derbyshire need. I think activities to truly understand the needs of people in Derbyshire, the right type of quantitative and qualitative survey, which I think is an ongoing thing, that I believe is also essential for an effective steering group. And thirdly, I think people who are making decisions but are maybe not on the ground, not dealing daily in the detail, do periodically need to join these steering groups to understand what's going on, particularly people who are making decisions about things such as resource and budget allocation. I think that's essential. And from what I see of the steering group, having taken part in every single one since we started, I am sensing that there is common views on some of the things I've just shared.
Previously, we had some excellent services in Derbyshire. We had some treatment services. We had people within our health and social care system working with alcohol and drugs. And we also had recovery projects, recovery support. What we're trying to do with the Recovery Steering Group is bring all of those different parts together so that we're working together as one big system. And that is that recovery-oriented system of care. A good analogy that I like to use is comes from mental health, and it talks about a no wrong door principle, which is what we're trying to get to in Derbyshire is wherever somebody enters the system, whether that be a recovery service, a recovery support service, or whether it is a treatment service, they are now part of that system. So they're getting the support of the whole system, not just one of the services that they're in touch with. So the Recovery Steering Group is how can we make sure that all of those different excellent services that we have talk to each other, understand each other, so that when somebody enters the system at one part, but actually they would benefit from another part, they can be got in touch with that other part very quickly and very easily. We are realizing that we've got slightly different languages, slightly different opinions. We've all bringing something unique and useful to the table. And what we're doing through those conversations at the Recovery Steering Group is we're creating that common language, that understanding of how we're all working together and how we can all support each other, and making sure that ultimately the people that need our help are able to flow through that system and get the supports they need in an easy way. The Recovery Steering Group is very clearly wanting to make sure that there is a collaborative sense, that we're all in this together, we're all working together to support the people of Derbyshire, and that we are trying to make that voice of recovery as loud as possible, so that it's heard. If there are needs that are currently not being met, we know that. When we've got something that is working well, we know that, so that we can develop and have a system that is meeting the needs of the Derbyshire population.
So to conclude, they are the viewpoints of just 5 current members of the steering group at the time of recording in September 2025. The Derbyshire Recovery Steering Group will share further progress updates and allow you to hear the opinions and thoughts of other group members in the months ahead.